Hey, how you doing? I was a little bit late today because I went to get coffee and stuff. Thank you for the follow, Style GLX. Thank you. Sleep well? No. That is such a rare thing for me to be like, yeah, I did. I slept so well. No, unfortunately, every single day, my answer will 90% be the same, I guess. But how are you? In all honesty, today I'm not really feeling quite into it. This whole week has been kind of very what is a good word for it? I'm just like very out of it most of this entire week. I don't know what's wrong with me. It has something to do with my anxiety, maybe, or it has something to do with I don't know. I don't. It's just a bad week. Yeah, it's been a bad week, I guess. Even though we had a really good news, body is probably craving respite. Yeah, probably. I woke up this morning and I actually had a dream that, because ever since I lost my glasses, I don't know if you guys remember, but I lost my glasses. I left my glasses and I had to have a stream without the glasses. I think that was during the ASMR stream. And after that, I just keep having migraines every single day. It's not like super intense kind of migraines, but it was every single day I get like hours of, like, I have to take painkillers level kind of migraine. And I oh my god, I was like I was just trying to hold it out, I guess. And then this morning I had a dream where I woke up halfway through my sleep and I messaged everybody on Discord that I woke up with a migraine, I can't stream today, I feel like shit. And then everybody was like, oh, very, very understanding, hope you get better, etc. And then I woke up and then I realized that that was just a dream. I haven't announced that I was going to cancel stream today, so I was like, oh no, well, it's too late, I guess, but I do have a little bit of migraine today. The migraine almost never stopped. For some reason, it kept going, like, very mildly, in intervals. I feel like it's... If you need rest, then cancel it. I know, but it's kind of like a, well, if I cancel it, what if I have another emergency this week? It's not good to keep canceling streams, so I can't. I don't want to. So it's like the brain and body do need good rest. It sounds like anxiety about streaming may be growing. I feel like it might also be because I am running out of things that I want to stream, as in I feel comfortable streaming, because there are so many games and there are so many things that I can do, but those require prep time that I don't really have around this time of the year, because my time starts around March next month, so that's gonna be like my time is probably going to be freed up a little bit more for next month onwards, so I felt maybe it might be appropriate for me to not do any long, like, I know we talked about it, but I feel like maybe it might be better if we don't do any long playthroughs this month, and we don't like commit to anything too much. For example, like Baldur's Gate, but Baldur's Gate is another kind of like a special case. I love Baldur's Gate so much. There are plenty of games that I feel like I want to stream, but it's just like a performance anxiety kind of thing. We waited a week, we can wait a couple of days. Thank you. You of all people need some actual rest. I feel like maybe I do have a little bit of anxiety when it comes to streaming. It's just I don't want to waste people's time, you know, coming onto my stream and me being like super mumbly and not having an agenda or not having like saturated content for me to show you, or to like interesting gameplay or anything like that. It kind of makes me feel like, what is the point of streaming then? I keep coming on, but I don't really have anything to do. I just like I'm just coming on, and you guys have been tipping me so much, and it just makes me feel like I have that kind of like performance anxiety of like wanting to do better on stream but not being able to. What's your favorite game? Oh, speaking of which, I came across a Reddit post yesterday on r/video games. Fear of disappointing, yes. Some of the best streams are where you just come on and just yep. And it did not help that yesterday I had such a good idea to show you how like the catatonia behavior is like, how the catatonic anxiety attacks are like, but then my software, my Clip Studio Paint was so slow, it was so laggy, and I was like so disappointed. I was like, no, I really wanted to do this today because it just happened really recently while, you know, the sensation, well, the feeling was still fresh. I want to like fully explain to you how it felt like, but you know, fear of disappointing, sort of like that. I don't know, actually. Don't worry about what other people think. You don't owe anyone. I do. I owe myself to be better. Speaking of, the other day I was like looking through some of the Twitch channels, right? And like some of the Twitch channels that I follow, because I follow some VTubers, I follow some people, and they have like gamer supplements. Some of them they have like gamer subs affiliation, and some of them they have advanced GG. So I was like, I kind of feel a little bit left out. So I applied and I got it. But I don't think I'll be able to contribute a lot being an ambassador though. So I am affiliated with advanced GG now. I guess later on I'll be putting up a panel in the Twitch channel. So I am an advanced GG ambassador. It's not hard to get their ambassador affiliation apparently. So, well, in my form to apply to advanced GG, I wrote there was a question asking, why do you want to be our partner or something like that, and I wrote, oh, because I have FOMO and my peers are getting affiliation, so that's what I wrote, I remember. So yeah, there were like many people that I'm in contact with. They are affiliated with Advanced GG or something. More comfort food games this month. Comfort food games this month? Do you mean something like Pal World? It was an interesting discussion topic anyways, yeah. So anyway, I mentioned I went on... oh shit, sorry, my audio broke. I gotta fix it, hold on. power issue. I probably need another power outlet because everything that I have in my room currently is supported by. It's connected to only 2 sockets, and that's not very healthy. And I feel like some of my interface. So my interfaces and some of the stuff that is connected to my computer is not fully powered sometimes, and that might glitch out my audio. Maybe it might glitch out some of the things that. What the fuck? Sorry, I'm going on my WhatsApp because whenever I have notes for myself, I always send to my own WhatsApp. You can't send to your own number just to, like, you know, make notes and stuff. And suddenly I've gotten a previous a thing from my previous college. But okay, let me copy this link and let me show you the Reddit post that I came across. It's gonna be a very interesting chat. It's gonna be kind of here. Where is it? Here? Let me increase it. Scariest video game you've ever played. Let me take off my table and my chair, and I can be on the side. Hope it wasn't a big fire. I started a fire once by plugging my PC and too much stuff into one outlet when I was younger. Whoa. Okay. I sparked a couple of outlets before, but not really. Not really started a fire. That's a little bit intense. But anyway, here, you saw this post too? So, scariest video game you've ever played. The comments are kind of interesting, is what I mean. Pretty much first person, every first person game in which I'm holding a flashlight. No, this is not interesting. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I don't think Amnesia: The Dark Descent is scary at this point anymore. I remember that I went through the comments and I was like, I think I agree with some of the comments, but then I don't remember where it was because... let's see. Subnautica for sure, I guess. But Subnautica is not very scary for me. Subnautica is more like wondrous, like very curious and amazes me, sort of. It doesn't really scare me that much. Subnautica is not really scary. I mean, maybe if you have a fear of open water. Maybe if you have thalassophobia. I was just floating in the vastness trying to figure out the controls for building and something touched my foot. Nope. Finally got the sea moth fragment I needed, built it and went over to the Aurora at night. All I heard was a roar. At the moment I knew I fucked up. That the Reaper was the scariest thing. Oh! Wait, the Reaper was the one who was like on the behind of the Aurora, I think I remember. It wasn't... Aren't you able to just like juke it away? Oh, okay. And the devs just had to go in at the Ghost Leviathans. Ghost Leviathans I've never came across before. The reason why I have not been streaming Subnautica is because I have not done anything to my base because I didn't have time to do anything to my base, and I don't want to do that on stream because it's a lot of padding, a lot of like resource collecting, and a lot of just padding time before anything actually happens. Wait, how do I close this? Oh, there we go. So I am holding out on Subnautica for a little bit, for a little longer, until I have time to do anything to my base. Because recently I've only been having around 30 minutes or so playing games off stream. Because I've, like, almost every single day I've been playing games on stream, and it just feels like, what am I doing the entire day? Just playing games? If I play any game. Thank you for follow, Sati. Thank you, Sati. I love Sati. Satay chicken, satay beef, so good. PT was understandably really scary, but I don't think you can play it anymore around. This year you can't play it anymore, I don't think. VR RE7 is supposed to be crazy scary. Have you tried it before? Have you tried playing Resident Evil 7 in VR before? Oh, Mary, hello. How do you do? How are you doing? Resident Evil 7 in VR mode has some terrifying moments. It's really scary when the family's trying to grab you, like coming out of nowhere, just like, and like shaking Ethan. From Ethan's perspective, it must be really, really scary. And then you're losing a hand as well. Don't you like lose a hand in our? And then you staple the hand back, right? If I remember correctly. You lose one of your hands. Like somebody chopped... Was it Lucas? Lucas chopped your hand off? I didn't own the PS4 headset, so no. You shoveled snow 5 hours yesterday? Holy shit, 5 hours? I feel like any game in VR gets crazy. Actually seeing them get close is pretty terrifying at the start. Yeah, VR is kind of crazy, actually. Zoe staples it. Mia chainsaws it. Oh, right, Mia. Mia was the one who took your hand away. And then in the end, we still chose Mia. Because if we chose Zoe, it's kind of like an illusion of choice, because in the end, it's still not going to turn out well. So Mia has to be the best choice, but still, why? Why Mia? Even though she's like such a bitch. Mia literally pins you to a wall with a screwdriver, and when you manage to remove it, you try to deflect the chainsaw with your hand. It didn't work. You remember so vividly. But a shame Silent Hills was never meant to be. Silent Hill? Which Silent Hill? Are you talking about Silent Hill 2 remake? And the dad takes foot off with a shovel. I really don't remember, actually. For me, it's Resident Evil Village. The fetus freaked me out. Thing was terrifying to hide. We should do Resident Evil Village, I think. We should go back to... We should play Resident Evil Village, I think. I think Resident Evil Village... Because I missed the opportunity to experience it fully. It was a really bad choice, I think. Playing it on third person mode was probably not a good choice, I don't think. PT was a Silent Hill playable trailer, yeah. Perks of photographic memory. Downside is I don't... Do you have photographic memory or do you have eidantic memory? What is it called? Eidantic memory? Eidantic memory. Eidetic memory. Also known as photographic memory, a total recall is the ability to recall an image from memory with high precision, at least for a brief period of time. I thought eidetic memory is more... What is the difference between eidetic memory and photographic memory? Although the terms eidetic memory and photographic memory are popularly used interchangeably, they are also distinguished, with eidetic memory referring to the ability to see an object for a few minutes after it's no longer present. And photographic memory is like remembering it, like part of images or something. Eidetic, yeah, eidetic. Eidetic is more like an ongoing past memory that you can see through, right? So good. You must be a genius, Feral. No wonder you know everything about weapon or like firearms and stuff. Because once you see something and you remember the information, it's forever there. Do you actually forget about something? Can you actually forget something? Alice scared me. Alice is whatever. Alien Isolation, after playing it for like... maybe in nightmare mode, it might be a little bit more scary, but I don't think there's much of a difference besides not being able to access the map. I don't think there's a big difference between Heart and Nightmare. Besides being able to access the map, I think. Farrell's a nerd. Nerd! If people say magic words, do you remember what? Do you remember when? Do you remember when? And then you always remember when it happened. The Benny Vento section. The dollhouse section. Alien Isolation scared the crap out of me too. I had to keep putting it down every few hours. I feel like a lot of horror games are not really playable if you don't really have that kind of stamina to go forward. I think the stamina is also kind of anxiety induced, like not having enough stamina. That because you have the anxiety of anticipation. What terrible things are going to happen next, something like that. Although it's hard to forget unless I absolutely know the info is useless. Wow, such a genius! I love that. I love that. I wish I have that. Subnautica, okay, Dead Space. I think Dead Space is generally a lot more scary comparing to... like, let's say compared to Outlast. Because Outlast is very linear. I don't think you can do anything particular with Outlast, but in Dead Space, it's very... even though the story progression is pretty linear, but... the playstyle, I guess it depends on the playstyle. Because you can choose to use environment or something like that to help you. But you know, Alien Isolation keeps you on edge. But not really that much as long as you figure out, as long as you know how the AI works. Or as long as you know how to, like, the strats. Which is not really hard to learn either. So Alien Isolation, I would say after playing it for like 2 times now, I would say not that scary. I wouldn't say that scary. I also made it to dark part of the game, but the sounds freaked me the fuck out and I had to shut. Oh, which one? Subnautica. Oh, in the deep in the abyss. I have not. And hear that Leviathan. I kind of want to. Since we have like a fragment of the prawn suit, did we fully get the blueprint of the prawn suit? I don't remember actually. Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 was genuinely not scary at all. Suppose it was really like genre defining when it came out in its time, but now it's not. They're just flexing on all people with low IQ. No, I want to say I have low IQ, but that's not true. I remember last time. I actually don't know what is a low IQ. What is a low IQ? Is it double digit a low IQ? The last time I never mind. Never mind. God damn it. Well, I got one magnified Neptune. Let's regenerators from regenerators. What was regenerators? Like below 70s is low IQ. Oh, I see. Okay. Regenerators. Resident Evil 4. Was it the one that you have to? Low IQ does mean double digits? Oh. I see. Creeper. Minecraft is never scary for me, I don't think. They introduced the warden and it became a little bit scary to be super deep in the caves, but it's never gotten really scary for me before. The Iron Maiden in Resident Evil 4 was the worst. The one that you need to snipe the parasites in the body. Oh, yeah. They were not super hard to deal with, but then I was like playing in normal mode, so... Oh, actually, Resident Evil 4 2005, I don't remember. Because I don't remember. I only remember fighting Salazar. But then I don't really remember much of... I remember the village part was really annoying. Because of like the camera movement and stuff. But the Iron Maiden in Resident Evil 4 was the worst. What was the Iron Maiden? I don't remember what it was. I just remember no thanks, Bo. You have to use thermal to see the parasites. Yeah, I was using the sniper. I think I was using the sniper. The evolved regenerator. Oh, the Iron Maiden was the evolved regenerator? The one with the spikes? Was it with the... Oh, with the spikes? Okay. Okay. We should also play Resident Evil 4 again. I think the remake is definitely better, way better than the original one. Out of all, I want to say Resident Evil 2 because I've never played Resident Evil 2, the original one. But I think Resident Evil 4, I have played it. I have played the original one, and I think the remake is much better. We are being spoiled with modern gaming, and a lot of the details are so much more like, I don't know. But one thing that I don't think it might be better is the merchant and how the merchant talks and stuff. I prefer the original game for that. The playstyle in the remake is better. Leon quotes in the first one are better. Yeah. The Leon quips are so so edgy. In the remake, it felt very natural. Like the way Leon speaks is way more natural. He does still have like the kind of snarkiness that Leon has, like a jaded agent has. His one-liners, yeah, his one-liners. But what is this? The sound design in that game is something else. Sound design. Am I remembering wrongly? I think I'm remembering that the room sound design. The catacombs don't help either. Has some of the best and most terrifying jump scares in there. I never got jump scared in Silent Hill 2 though. Did I? I don't think I got jump scared in Silent Hill 2. The atmosphere gets worse when you enter a room and there's no atmospheric noises. The original Silent Hill 2 was not scary, I don't think. Which Resident Evil with the motorcycle fight? Yeah, 5 or 6 probably, I don't remember. I don't remember much of 5 and 6 because I have not completed the game. And I've only ever played with other people. I've never played on my own before. And I remember last time I tried to play Resident Evil 5 with Ati before, and it just did not want to launch on the game, and I tried to troubleshoot it. And I added some stuff, and I downloaded some stuff. Was it a mod? I think I downloaded a mod or something, and I tried to fix it, but I couldn't, so I just gave up playing that on computer. I mean, so I vote Silent Hill as well. The first 3 Resident Evils were up there, but I could play them. Silent Hill, I never made it to half of the game. All these people are kind of lame. I guess it's just like very common players and not really like. But if you can't play horror games for real, are you even a gamer? Ugh. Real answer is get VR. Yeah, I think so too. VR, is so scary. Amnesia got my heart going a few times. Not generally scares me in terms of anticipation fear. Amnesia is really cute. After playing Alien Isolation, I find Amnesia really cute in a sense, I think. Surprised I don't see any dark, but not yet. It's somewhere down, further down the comments. Oh my god, the fucking basement. The first of the creatures made me drop the game for... Such a simple monster can be that scary. Did you read the post? Let's undo that. Outlast 1. We have never played Outlast 2 before. We should play Outlast 2. The reason why... I remember the reason why I was like kind of like repelled playing Outlast 2. It's just because I think the cult plotline is overdone, and I don't really want to play anything that has like every single horror game, almost every single horror game that we play almost ends up being a cult situation. So I'm kind of like, 2 is not that great to be fair, but could give it a go if you're down. I think we can get to it. Outlast 1, the fact that you can fight back makes it so much scarier. I think Outlast is more of like a mindset. Being able to play Outlast is more of a mindset, because if you're scared, like sometimes I get scared too, but I just like push forward. But if you get scared and you don't push forward and it takes you forever to go through a section, it's just because you're scared of dying and stuff. But in Outlast, dying is kind of like a strat, right? Recently we played Outlast. And dying kind of refills the battery for you for free, and you come back after dying. You come back, respawn with a full bar of battery, and also with knowledge of what's going on around the area, that like the monsters or the people are patrolling around. You now have the information of how to proceed. I feel games where you can fight back are a lot worse, since you're forced to engage the monsters. Games that you can fight back and games that you cannot fight back. I think games that you can fight back sometimes deludes you into thinking that you might be able to kill the monster, even though that's not the case. Like in survival horror situations, like for example Resident Evil, or for example if they don't give you a hint to, like in Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, there was the floating lady that we couldn't defeat, like we couldn't snap her off because she was the endgame boss or something like that. And the hint was that whenever she appears on screen on the map, your screen turns into monotone, into black and white. So then we know that we cannot kill her right now. But in games that, like, for example, I don't remember because there are so many games that we've played before, but occasionally there are games and survival horror games that are just monsters in survival horror games that you cannot kill regardless. Silent Hill the Room, there's that invisible ghost, yeah, and then you waste your ammo. You waste your ammo trying to kill things and people and monsters, and it's maybe like a trial and error kind of thing. It didn't tell you it's invisible. I feel personally attacked. Oh, by the Outlast thing. everyone wastes time with him. I don't know, I just find the concept of having to run/hide away in horror games pretty boring. I think games where they have the balance of being able to fight back and still need to hide, still need to stealth through sections is better. But not being able to stealth through sections even though you are not able to kill the monsters is kind of scummy for me, I think. I took like 3 hours in the first sections. That's my entire playthrough time, Lewis. Anyway, Doom 3 and Silent Hill 2 when I was still a kid. Fatal Frame 2. We need to play that. We need to play Fatal Frame 2. Visage? Oh, Visage. Visage is actually a good contender. I think Visage is really scary. One thing that I don't really too appreciate that much about Visage is you are able to pick up every single item even though there's no value in interacting with those items. Like just like random candles and random vases and in the living room and stuff like that, you are able to pick up every single thing even though there's nothing, like you can't really do much with those items. Can't believe nobody said Fear, the Fear series. We need to play Fear too, I think. We definitely need to play Fear. Condemned, yes. Condemned was recommended to us. Was it Yanni? I think it was Yanni who recommended Condemned. Let's see. I'm gonna pull out my game suggestion for... game suggestion. Condemned. Yeah, Yanni recommended it. I will play it. I will play it sometime this year. I'm just not sure when. But it's not very graphically demanding because it's an old game, so we can definitely get to it. Until Dawn is a horror movie. Until Dawn is such a fun time. I don't think that Until Dawn jump scared me even once, and we managed to save everybody too. But that's with like prior knowledge of like being spoiled, and with a lot of common sense. I feel like getting through Until Dawn is pretty easy as well, as long as you have common sense that you remember exactly what like. You remember not to run because they can sense you, or like they can hear you running or something like that. So just hide away instead of running, like staying still instead of running. The forest. The only achievement that I've not gotten in the forest is, let me see. The forest. The vegan achievement, I think. Let me see. Yeah, the vegan achievement. I have not gotten play through entire game without killing or eating animals alone in single player or together in multiplayer. I have not gotten the vegan achievement. I think it will be really interesting to get the vegan achievement. It's gonna be a little bit hard though, cause you need the skins and stuff. It's hard. It's hard to play. The forest, like you can't kill any of the animals, the cannibals either. But the forest, the first forest game is definitely way scarier comparing to the second forest game. The foliage is like so saturated in the second game, but it's so easy comparing to the first game, in my opinion. There are like way more variety of like different types of cannibals comparing to the first game, but and the mutants and stuff. I think the mutants are really cute in the first game as well. Not so much the second game. I don't quite remember the second game. The second game they have like factions of different kind of cannibals that so there's one who's like fully black color. And then there's one who's like the normal type of people, and then there's one who's like blue skin kind of people. I don't remember exactly, but I would rather prefer a lot of the mutants as monsters instead, because that's a lot. Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 is terrible. Luigi's Mansion is really cute. It's just really cute. Well, this guy wrote an entire essay about this Luigi Mansion. Eternal Darkness. I think maybe Feral has talked about this game before. Have you talked about this game? Eternal Darkness? Who told me about this game? Eternal Darkness. Who mentioned this game before? The Overwatch 2 guy deserves a like. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Sanity's Requiem. I have to emulate this. It kinda feels a little bit like Haunting Grounds, sort of. Eternal Darkness. Haunting Grounds. Soma. Soma is a good one, but it's not scary. It's kind of really difficult for me to actually find a scary game nowadays. Visage is pretty scary, I think. See, Darkwood. Darkwood is the only game I've ever played that has gotten me to lose sleep out of fear. Don't let the top-down 2D graphics fool you. The devs dislike jump-scare games and made an excellent psychological horror game. I got fooled by the 2D graphics. I went enamored by the art style and atmosphere, but expecting it couldn't possibly be scary since it was 2D. Then on night 1, I proceed to hide in a corner in pitch black, not moving, jumping at every bump in the night because I hadn't filled the generator. Oh, you're dead, bro. So I kept expecting something. The worst thing in Darkwood is that whenever you notice, you come back from an entire day of trip, like exploring, and then you notice that you did not switch off the generator from the night before. Like this morning, you didn't switch off the generator, and you don't have enough fuel to last you the entire day, and you're just like, oh no, and time to hyperventilate. Darkwood was one of the few games that made me never feel safe. I remember so many nights in the swamp hideout, being huddled in a corner, waiting for a sun to come out. The game is a masterclass at building an unnerving atmosphere. I'll never forget the first time I stumbled into the wedding event blind. I think I did something really stupid at the wedding. I think I did something like I chopped off the bride or something. Naturally, because I thought the bride was going to because I thought it was like I thought it was something that I had to do. The way they blinded the man bashing his head on the table into background music just puts me on edge in a way I don't think I'll ever experience again. And they actually punish you for dying. So many horror games just... I don't think they really punish you for dying unless if you play in like hard mode or something. In nightmare mode or something. Did he punish you for dying? They punish you for not being able to survive the night, but you can basically die. I went to the game. I think what made Darkwood really scary for me was that I kept thinking that I have to survive. I have to not die. But then I died a couple of times and it didn't feel like I feel like it felt like it could be a strat to get through some of like the crimson doggies or something like that. Like the chompers, I think. The chompers were really scary. Darkwood made you have to go back for your gear, and you only got so many lives on harder difficulties. You can't keep like dying. You can keep dying while trying to kill, because I don't think the monsters regen your health, so you'll be able to go back and get your gear and stuff. This is just very typical, even in Minecraft and survival horror. Any survival horror, any survival game has this mechanic of like dying and dropping your stuff. It made me way more wary of everything since death wasn't just a mild inconvenience. Outlast is definitely terrifying. Nope, nope. Asteroids Atari. Cute, cute. Original Resident Evil 2. Fear. Fear is definitely something I really need to. I hope you play that. I've never seen anyone play it. See, Darkwood is probably the only horror game that I probably will take a long time considering playing it. It's not just performance anxiety, it's genuinely really scary. It's genuinely fear coming from me that I probably will never experience in any of the horror games, like ever. The only horror game that I couldn't complete was that's like out of fear, that I couldn't complete out of fear, that I had to drop it, was Darkwood. You will lose half your inventory and recollect during the day, but during the night you don't get any reputation. Yeah, if you don't survive the night, the consequence is way worse. But if you just like die from exploring outside during daytime, you don't really get much consequence, I don't think. The Last of Us. We have to play Last of Us 2. We have to play Last of Us. What kind of joke is this? Silent Hill 2 Remake. Honestly, this is the scariest game ever been made. No competition. You know Moist Critical? Yeah, he vomited 7 times. This is not true. If motion sickness is a problem for you, which I acknowledge in Silent Hill 2 Remake, motion sickness is a real issue, but you can adjust the settings to take it off, like to ease into it. So this is crazy. This is not true. I watch Charlie quite often. Crisis 2. Crisis? Holy shit! It's been such a long time since I hear this name. But no, Crisis. I don't think Crisis is scary. The Quarry. Oh, I killed Brenda in the Quarry, I think. Brenda was the only character that I killed in the Quarry. I think I almost saved all of them, but I missed. I was like, because my screen was like in full. I missed one shot and the who were they again? The monster. Yeah, missed point blank with a shotgun. Resident Evil Biohazard. Which one? Resident Evil Biohazard? What? Which one? Biohazard is Resident Evil? Oh, you mean Resident Evil 7 maybe? Resident Evil 7. But Biohazard is just Resident Evil Japanese title is Biohazard. Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares is not scary. We should play Little Nightmares. Let's play Little Nightmares next, I think. Let's play Little Nightmares. I don't think we'll have a lot of problems playing it, I don't think. Slender the Arrival. What was a very similar game that I've played recently that was like Slender the Arrival? I remember playing a game that was pretty similar, like you had to collect the pages or something. It Follows? It Follows? Was that its name? It Follows is a movie. But I remember playing something very similar to Slender the Arrival, like we had to collect pages and stuff. I think that was before we debuted. But was that what was that game with the big guy you followed? Oh, Followed, Crowded. I don't think it was that one. We had to collect pages, not things. Destiny. Dreadhalls. Subnautica. I think Subnautica is pretty scary for a lot of people. Mortuary Assistant. I think we can play Mortuary Assistant as well. Harry Potter. Oh my god. The only thing scary about Harry Potter is Infinity coming into my chat being like, "Oh, you're such a Harry Potter fan." Just the thought of encountering Leviathan in Subnautica. See, Silent Hill 2. I really don't think Silent Hill 2 remake. Either Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 2 remake, both of them are not scary at all. Compared to Resident Evil, I would say even compared to the Resident Evil remake, I think Resident Evil remake did it so much better. And Silent Hill 2 remake with the over-the-top, over-the-shoulder view, the third-person view, is just not really scary. So, Phasmophobia. I guess Phasmophobia. I've never really like gotten into Phasmo before, but maybe Phasmophobia is pretty scary. Fucking Outer Worlds. Thank you. It's not black hole, but sometimes when you're just like focusing so much. And the environmental noises and everything, because the sound design is so well designed, it makes it so that like boom, and you get jump scared by some of the like the explosion and stuff like that. And the first time I went into the Giant's Deep was so memorable. I basically just like holy shit. Holy shit. Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation. I know that Alien Isolation is very scary for a lot of people, but it could be. There were so many times when I was just like hiding right in front of the alien and the alien didn't get to see me. So I don't know if it's a bug kind of thing or if it's. I really don't know how the AI works, like what is the range of detection. Sometimes the alien sees you through wherever you're hiding, but sometimes it's just like a little bit complicated. And I remember there was like one time I was just like hiding in a corner and the alien just like passed by me. And we were all like, whoa, well, I guess the alien is blind. Let's see. Bioshock. Bioshock is pretty scary. The really scary thing about Bioshock is that everybody is talking over each other. And it's so hard to focus into one conversation because it's hard to the overstimulation's terrible. Maybe you're just really good by accident. How about we take away the accident? Evil Within? Oh, Evil Within. No, just the Evil Within. No games. just one Evil Within. I guess Evil Within 2 is. Maybe you're just really good. Thank you. That I am. I'm just really good. You know, just for fun, we should play The Evil Within 2 again. We'll play in a Nightmare again, and I'll show the new people how easy it is to get through a Nightmare. So easy. Let's do it. Maybe this week, I don't know. Maybe sometime soon. Maybe. Yeah, why not? Let's see what game I have right now, actually. I don't really have any game in mind that I wanted to play today. I reserved today for Subnautica. I wanted to play Poppy Playtime, but I'm not really into playing Poppy Playtime right now. I thought like that chapter 4 just came out, right? So I wanted to play it, but I'm not really into Poppy Playtime right now. Maybe sometime next week, but today was actually reserved for Subnautica, but then last night I realized that shit, I did not do anything. I did not do any base building and anything with Subnautica. So, are you done with Jimmy? Should we go back into saving ourselves from Jimmy? I'm kind of done with Jimmy, in all honesty. The last bit of the gameplay is not really important for the story and everything. So, I think we're done with Jimmy. I say that counts as finishing. It's just because that's the full story already. Remaining is just like whether or not you escape and whether or not you escape with all your friends and stuff. I looked up and what you're supposed to do when you see someone say pray to God is not a good thing to read. What does that mean? I don't know what you're saying. What does that mean? I looked up and what you're supposed to do when you see someone say pray to God is not a good thing to read. What? Yeah, I don't know what to do today. I think it's pretty much luck-based. Oh, really? Oh well. Because I feel like... Yeah... Like, what do we have to do, right? When we send a friend out? Like, first floor and second floor just make sure Jimmy is on your floor. For the third floor, they say pray to God. First floor and second floor just make sure Jimmy is on your floor. But when we send a friend out and we're waiting for the friend to go, like we're waiting to send a friend out, Jimmy is patrolling around and it seems like he's just camping. Like he might be camping somewhere near the elevator anyway, and then our friend just like dies to Jimmy regardless. So maybe there's like a more in-depth strat to it besides luck or something, I don't know. Or maybe you have to lure him, but like you have to lock him in, I think. That was the best part, hearing all your friends die. Yeah, I agree. I was like, Louis, you have a really terrible sense of humor. But then I remember that I'm the same, so... So I can't really be a hypocrite like that, can I? There are a couple of games that I feel like I really want to play, or something like Burnhouse Lane from the same developers of The Cat Lady. I really wanna play that. I think I really want to play Burnhouse Lane. But committing to these games just really, like, I am not in the mood to committing into any game at all. I was thinking maybe I can play Helldivers. Yeah, we can play Helldivers. But then I remember Helldivers is not a good streaming game for me because of how demanding it is. So I'm kind of like, fuck, I have to upgrade my PC as soon as possible. It's my age. It's our age. Things were a lot edgier when I was younger. No democracy, no super Earth today. I really wanted to do something. I really wanted to play something super chill. Maybe we can play Balatro. We can just play Balatro today. I think with age, it comes with a lot of understanding, and I used to want to stand out by... Oh, that was my throat. Sorry. I used to want to stand out by showing how unhinged I am, by showing how quirky I am, But nowadays I'm just like, that's too much effort. And I really don't want to do that. That's like so pretentious. Like, not pretentious, but like very, very fake. Like, pretending to like want to be an idol. Do you know that there was one point in my time, I think it was like around 2018 or something. I was so heavily into idols. In a not very authentic way. What do you call it? Genuine way? In a not very genuine way. Like, I was very fake into idols because there were a couple of people who I was working with who were super into idols. They were super like Bang Dream fans, and they were like super Love Life friends and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I know this girl. Like, this is my Oshi, blah 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 blah. And after I'm no longer in contact with them, I felt so much relief. I felt so much better because I've never been into idols before. I'm so sorry, Yancha. But Yancha knows that I've never been into idols before. But it's more of like, recently it came out, I saw something on Twitter saying that, saying something like idol culture is bad, and like people were talking about how oh, you're not able to disclose that you're in a relationship, you're not able to disclose so many things because you need to remain pure, and then like the work life of idols is like so toxic, blah 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 blah. And then there were a lot of people coming out defending idols and the idol culture. You shouldn't insult our idol culture. A lot of people are working hard, blah 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 blah. But I see it, I think. A small peak interest, I guess. What? A small peak interest? I've never really been interested in idols. I mean, a lot of them work really hard, I understand, but that just goes to every single performer out there, not just idols. From my understanding, I mean, from my experience, every single performer who not only sings, not only dances, not only anything, they all work hard. So I wouldn't say, oh, idols are the most hardworking people, because it might not be true. You know, it's more of like a person by person basis. I don't know. It's like how you see some VTubers that aren't even considered idols get flagged for being in a relationship. That's wild. Yeah, I don't really care about any of that. The idol culture seems crazy. Every part of their life feels controlled. For VTubers is way different. And a lot of VTubers came from idol culture. I think a lot of VTubers, they have a lot of connections into idol culture. Like, they know the idols, like local idols and stuff. But for me, I just like generally I stay away from idol stuff because I'm not interested in idol activities. And like I don't know, because recently the Twitter post that I saw, it said somebody came out defending the idol, saying that how can you think that all of us are fake or something like that. Or it was like a whole thread of arguments and a lot of like quote reposting. So I don't know much about idols, but I wouldn't say that their culture is too toxic. A lot of them willingly want to be in because they love the culture. So I'm not gonna come out and say my piece on it because I don't have a piece on it. So anyway, the indie side is quite different. Yeah, indie people probably they just do whatever they want to do, I think. But if people are just singing songs, like singers, I don't think singers are idols as well, right? Some people they seem to think that as long as you're V singer or something, then you're an idol, but that's just not true, I don't think. They're trying to accomplish something. No reason to say they aren't allowed to. Yeah. They're they're catering towards a part of the audience, a part of the demographic that is like demanding, because whatever they're providing is in demand. So I'll what is the saying? Whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Oh, I wanted to talk about something else before I got into this idol thing, but what was it I wanted to talk about? Hold on, let me see. Fuck, I don't remember. Shit. Live and let be. Yeah, live and let be. Agree to disagree. I don't know. I remember having. Oh right, I was talking about age. Unhinged. Like yeah, unhinged. Being unhinged because of wanting to stand out, and I went into a place where they value unhingedness a lot because they thought that being unhinged is really interesting and it keeps the audience, etc., etc. But now that I have settled down into my own identity, I have found my own pace in streaming and all of that. I don't feel like I want to be unhinged anymore. Unhinged is maybe a little part of me, but it is not my entire personality, and I don't want people to think that I am unhinged, because my personality is more chill and more grounded, and my age really shows sometimes. But it definitely comes with age and being edgy. You know, when I was younger, I watched Elfen Lied, and I thought it was such a cool movie. It was so scary and so amazing. But then recently I watched it again, like around 4 years ago. I watched it again, and it did not age well. It did not age well. It's like cool, cute girl killing people, blah blah blah, and it's like so gory, so cool. Oh my god, it's a must watch anime. And I watched it recently again, and I cringed so hard. Oh, Clannad as well. Holy shit, the dialogue, the way the characters talk in Clannad did not age well. It is. I could not even sit through an entire episode of Clannad because of like the girls, their personalities are all so quirky to the point it felt so cartoonish. It's still funny to see the young ones get absolutely they're like some of the older anime especially are not very, even the newer anime feel like, some of the new anime series feel really difficult to listen to, like the way they talk and everything. I think it's definitely because of my age now, because I just don't find those like me side. I don't know. Me side is a niche for people, or maybe for the mainstream people who generally love. Thank you for the follow, Frazzy FPS. Thank you. But I know like Cappy is so cute, Cappy is the best girl, etc. But the way people talk in a lot of the JRPG games, or when I hear Japanese voiceover, sometimes I get a little bit disappointed especially when it's not the Yakuza games kind of dialogue, because the Yakuza games are much more natural sounding, right? But like a lot of JRPG games are just like it's just like Grandma Mary spitting facts. I know it's like really cute girls doing cute things, and it's like a little bit quirky. Me side is definitely kind of quirky. Let me see if there's anybody complaining about me side dialogue, stylization choices, or anything like that. Probably not, because the way the characters talk in me side is kind of like how Genshin characters talk, and I am not interested in it. Like how Genshin people how Genshin people talk, Genshin characters talk like this. Huh, I don't like this. Huh, why have you not go to this site and look at that? Ba ba ba. Mita is best girl. No, Cappy is best girl. Mita best. No, Cappy best girl. Only Cappy, not other Mita. All the Mita, no, only Cappy. Mary's best girl, thank you. So it is overwhelmingly positive, for a good reason, I suppose. But I am not here to yuck anybody's yum. But it's just like, damn, I really want to go through the negative review and see whether or not somebody feels almost exactly how I feel like, because me site honestly became kind of boring to me after a while. What is a Genshin person like? I don't know, like Klee, like was it Klee? I don't remember any of their names. But like a Genshin character, how Genshin character talks, like they talk in a very exaggerated way. It's more of like a Japanese stylized dialogue kind of thing, very performative and very fake. There are plenty of yums to yuck, but not today. I can yuck a lot of yums, but I don't want to yuck any yums today. Maybe I can do a yucking stream, specifically just to yuck everybody's yum. Like, you can submit to me your yums and I will yuck all of them. I will find an excuse. I will do the worst for you. I will make you feel like you wanna unsubscribe to me. What will make you hate me so much? I dare you to shit talk my yum. What is your yum? About me side. Bad thing about me side, the characters are just one-dimensional instances of their tropes. In the end, nothing is resolved, no questions are answered, no character completes an arc, no themes are treated adequately. Yes, it's a very shallow game. I would say me side became really boring for me because at my age, I crave something multi-dimensional. I crave something like the Orville. Oh, I love the Orville. Recently, I watched the You. I yuck myself all day, every day, so I've been yuck. I should talk to myself every day. I should talk to myself. Oh, your hair looks like shit today, or your skin is deteriorating. Oh my god, you look so old now. That's not true, but that day I will not write in chat. Yeah, it's just like really one-dimensional. Like, for example, characters in Genshin are all one-dimensional to me. None of the characters are interesting to me. Even characters in Star Wheel are actually much more interesting than characters in Genshin, in all honesty. 500 cigarettes? Oh my god! 500 cigarettes is something that only an Orville fan can understand. You have seen the Orville? I have never... I don't know any Malaysian who has ever seen the Orville before. Nobody I know knows the Orville. How do you know the Orville? That is crazy. I feel so happy. I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy Oh my god, that is wild. Holy shit. Do you know how much of a niche Orville is, like internationally? And then you narrow it down to only Malaysians, and then you narrow it down to Malaysians who know the Orville. That is crazy. Holy shit. But you know, thank you. Yes, 500 cigarettes. What are these, Portis? Yeah, these are cigarettes. They taste... shit. I'm about to go into an Orville. Orville is so good, actually. Seth MacFarlane is so underrated. I think Seth MacFarlane... comparing to the other guy, the Rick and Morty guy. Who was the Rick and Morty guy again? Rick and Morty. Who? Justin Roiland? Justin Roiland. Comparing to Justin Roiland, Seth MacFarlane is definitely in another league of his own, I think. Justin Roiland is kind of whatever. I'm not here to shit on anybody's yums. I'm not here to yuck anybody's yums, but I would say Justin Roiland is way down, like right here, and then Seth MacFarlane is right, like around somewhere around this level. So that's just my opinion, okay? I'm a fan on whatever Seth MacFarlane makes. And arguably for me, Family Guy is way smarter and way more funny compared to Rick and Morty. Do you ever watch this A Million Ways to Die in the West, I think? Was it a million different ways to die in the West or something? A Million Ways to Die in the West, yeah. I watched it a pretty long time ago, I think 10 years ago now. It's so good. And I don't think anybody can yuck my yum because I think we are unanimous here. Any Rick and Morty fans here? I don't know if there's any Rick and Morty fans here. But I am a Rick and Morty neutral person. I don't... some of the Rick and Morty episodes are pretty nice, but most of them are really edgy, and at my age, you just don't find them funny anymore, I don't think. I like the Duke Lemon guy, but... the Lemon Duke guy, what's his name again? The one who's like... yeah, what was his line again? It's something... unacceptable? Or something like that. It's really cute, but nothing in Rick and Morty can ever top Family Guy for me. And American Dad too. I think American Dad was really good as well. Unacceptable! He's a dang good singer too. He always has like a cast of people who are really funny. Not funny, but just like naturally good at what they're doing. Which is really good. Earl of Lemongrab. Yeah, Lemongrab. Lemongrab is really cute. I was a Rick and Morty until last season. You was a Rick and Morty until last season, okay. American Dad was so good. Family Guy and American Dad kept me sane in college. I really like both of those shows, I think. I think it was a season 2 ending that turned me off. It was decent enough before. Which one? Season 2 of what? But I was never really into Seth MacFarlane's stuff that much, I don't think. And I watched The Orville recently. I've actually been watching it whenever I get a chance to. every I watch it on 1.5 times speed, and and I watch it every day during lunch and dinner. That's why I haven't been playing a lot of games recently. And I watch one episode, so I watch like 2 or 3 episodes every single day. I watch one episode before bed as well. Sometimes I fall asleep to watching the Orville. Rick and Morty. I have never really watched Rick and Morty chronologically, because most of the episodes that I have seen before were just clips on YouTube. And some of the clips are kind of funny, but a lot of them are just like meh. Why would I want to compare? But I'm just like comparing it to Family Guy because we're talking about Justin Roiland and Seth MacFarlane. But yeah, comparing to Family Guy, I wouldn't say it's funny. Oh, but tutorial only only people with the highest of IQs, only the smartest people on Earth will be able to understand. You don't understand Rick and Morty. It just means that you're not smart enough. Do you know Genshin Impact? Oh my god. Can we not? I just talked about Genshin Impact, and I just talked about how boring the characters are in Genshin Impact. Such high IQ, they go onto McDonald's and yell pickle Rick. It's just like, so we have not, I don't know if you noticed, Lewis, but there's a game out there called High on Life. I don't know if you know the game, but we've played the game before, and it ended up in me speaking, like just talking over how untasteful and not funny the jokes are sometimes in High on Life. Some of the jokes were good, but most of the jokes were just like really boring kind of jokes, not really funny. And you know, if like, what kind of humor would you have as a comedian if the only joke that you think is funny, like the only kind of joke you think is funny, is like poop and scat, like pee and poop and sexual, vagina, penis. Like it kind of just like you know, the jokes were so bad. The jokes were mostly kind of like a lot of dick jokes, a lot of poop jokes, a lot of like juvenile humor, very very teenage kind of humor, which is like something that you leave behind in middle school. You don't. Sounds like the game was targeted at Zoomers. Maybe it was targeted at Rick and Morty enjoyers. And naturally, I don't really enjoy Rick and Morty that much, so I don't really like. It's more of like an acquired taste, maybe. But but you should really. I mean, if you haven't already, you should really. Maybe it might be funny to you. I don't know, but I don't suppose, Liz, at our age, that you would actually find it funny, because it's it's not funny. Hello, where are you from? I'm from Malaysia. Yeah, I don't know how else to describe the jokes besides it's not funny, because I don't really remember most of it. But if you remember the jokes, please let me know, and then we can laugh at it. Not laugh at the jokes, but laugh at how unfunny it is. I'm not a fan of Rick and Morty. I gave it a chance. It's really meh. It's just like, it's very like shocking. A lot of the humor depends on shock factor, like how big and grotesque the penis looks like, or how terribly like the boobs are saggy, blah blah blah, or something like that. The last boss was literally shoving the pistol Aaron friend into the big fat ass, and he surviving was the joke. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't remember any of that. I'm glad you remember. But also my condolences that you still remember. My goodness. But some parts I do find funny. It's just like if it's repetitive, and if if it's too repetitive, it keeps repeating the same jokes over and over again with like the sexual stuff, and it's just like it becomes boring. It becomes really boring. It's not very intelligent kind of humor. It's very juvenile kind of humor, like what Farrell said, but also it's just very repetitive. It's not funny. It's not funny. I remember I had a laugh. I think recently my laugh really changed a lot, but before this I remember having a kind of laugh for like making, like, mocking people or mocking games and stuff, mocking unfunny situations. Like, I don't remember how I used to laugh anymore. Only joke I remember is from the DLC they released. That's only cause there were animals that were canonically Jews, and the gods say, "You can't shit down." Kind of struck a chord. Which reminds me, South Park. South Park's Stick of Truth has such good humor. It's the same kind of humor. It's the same kind of humor, but the humor in High on Life was exhausting. But then when it's done in South Park Stick of Truth, it's very dry, and it kind of hit it like every single time. Like they always hit the punchline. It always gets it. Like, I don't know what is the difference. Better pacing in South Park humor, I guess so. It's just because in High on Life, the gun never stops talking. And every single time it opens its mouth, it tries to be funny, but it's not funny. It's just like really exhausting kind of humor. Not humor even. I feel like High on Life took itself too seriously. Yeah, maybe that is so. I don't know how else to describe it, because I don't exactly remember that much to talk about it anyway, but I remember South Park. South Park was really memorable. That was because, you know, because I picked the character Jew because it rhymed with my name. Oh, I guess I'm gonna pick Jew because it rhymes with. It was a good time. I loved it. Such a good game. They seem dissimilar to me. The type of humor is almost exactly the same, but the way, like, the dialogues were written were way different. And I feel like High on Life felt way more egocentric. Like, it's a showcase of like, oh, I have a joke that I can think of, and I want to insert it into the game. Anywhere is fine. But in that's why I don't think it works out that well, because it's like a jumble of mess of like not very there's some dissonance between a lot of jokes, because some of them don't even make sense. Some of them were just thrown in there for the sake of being thrown in there without like making any sense, just because Justin Roiland has this joke that he really wanted to put in the game or something like that. It felt really egocentric, and the whole game was his identity, and it just like it felt like Justin Roiland was trying to jerk off himself. But Stick of Truth has like a lot of the humor in Stick of Truth felt really thought out. It felt like it connects back to the story, even if it goes on a detour on its own. Like it's a humor tangent or something. It feels way more like a collaborative effort of like the writers trying to make something actually good out of it. And And it's very consistent. The South Park humor is very consistent, and the pacing is really good because it's not very repetitive. It doesn't try too hard. It's kind of like there will be periods of time where nobody's talking at all. It allows for whenever the punchline hits, it really hits in the right spot, you know. So, I mean, if you like South Park Jew is the only canon class. Let's be real. I remember the plague was so good. The plague, and everybody vomited. That was really good. What would you say is similar between them then? The kind of humor. Both of them have really crass kind of jokes, like poop, pee, vomit, and penis, vagina, boobs and stuff. But in South Park, it was really well done. In High on Life, it's like forcing things down my throat, and I didn't like it because it felt really like out of nowhere. You were just like pulling it out of nowhere. It's like the punchline did not hit well because it keeps talking. I kept being talked to in High on Life. It just never stops. Like, can you just shut the fuck up? Let me marinate in your previous joke. It's just like Justin Roiland wanking himself. But South Park is way better because South Park allows you time to breathe. South Park allows you for like okay, I think a good description is probably in High on Life, it feels like you are the butt of the joke. But then in South Park, it feels like you are part of the joke. Does that make sense? Like High on Life kind of insults your intelligence sometimes by overly doing things. Like, oh, this is a joke that I just told you. Do you not understand my joke? Haha, lol. And in South Park, it's just like punchline, and then stop, and then punchline, and then stop, and then punchline. It doesn't insult your intelligence. It makes you feel like you're part of the joke, like you were part of like the group of people who crafted the joke together. Like you crafted the joke together with the game, so you feel like you're part of it. It makes you feel immersed. It makes you feel happy that like you get to discover this part, like how you open a door and there are naked people inside, stuff like that. You were the one who resulted in the jokes that happened in South Park. But in High on Life, it's a lot of people throwing lines at you that were supposed to be quote-unquote funny, but they end up not being funny because you're just being fed a lot of jokes. And in the end, it becomes really exhausting because, like, what is the funny part? You're not part of the people. You're not part of the joke. You're just the butt of the joke. They make fun of you. They talk shit about you or something. It's just... they talk shit about their environment. They talk shit about you. It's just so much different in that sense. But it is the similar kind of humor, like the very crass kind of joke. It was always just the guns yapping the whole time. The guns yapping and having interactions is really cute, but I feel very excluded. I feel, as a player, I feel really excluded. I feel like I'm not part of their dynamic. Like, what the fuck am I here for? And it was just really exhausting to listen to all the time because it felt like they didn't really involve me that much. They wanted me to do things. They treated me like a slave or something. Like, why can't you do this? Are you stupid? Like, I told you to do this already. Why are you still, like, hanging around and not... Like, it does not... The guns did not even give me breathing time to, like, check around my surroundings. Or, like, get used to. It just, like, kept talking to me. And, you knew you had to do this, right? You knew you had to go there, right? It was really annoying. It might help a lot of people to, like... But for people who have played games, like, regular gamers... It feels very excessive. South Park is rare since they make the episodes so quick to current. They used to make them in 1 week, which is insane. Wow. It sounds like High on Life they say things for shock value. In South Park, there's at least a reason for things happening. In High on Life, it was really highly dependent on shock value, and a lot of times the shock value is just not funny. Because the more... sometimes the punchline just hits right. Like in South Park, it was kind of dependent on shock value sometimes as well, like getting probed by the alien, etc. But in High on Life, it was just really different. Now that I think of it, High on Life feels like a game for people that have attention span of 5 seconds, like TikTok, YouTube Shorts people. But basically, that was the difference and the similarity between both of the games. I remember titling a stream saying that I did not get the funny out of High on Life. That's why I'm playing Stick of Truth instead. I was making fun of. I was like mocking and shit talking High on Life so much. As a streamer, I don't think this is a good attitude to have, like to shit talk the games. I know being genuine and everything is like really good. You know, like you get to hear my honest opinions on most of the things that we talk about, but at the same time, it's like I am repelling all of the sponsorships that might come my way if I become bigger. Or like people who might like I might be able to ask for a sponsor. Like, can you give me a game key, like a free game key, so I can like play your game? But then later on, after playing their game, I shit talk their game to my viewers. And are your High on Life videos on YouTube, or was it from before? It was from before. I had a lot of games from before. I had like over 70. I think it was 81 games total from before that I completed. I don't know, Japan saw a VTuber make a whole video out of how bad Dragon Age Vilgard. Dragon Age Vilgard is a general consensus that it is bad. It is almost unanimously bad for especially the hardcore Dragon Age fans. So I would say as long as you don't as long as you don't really offend the masses. Vilgard cemented the fact that BioWare is dead to you. It feels like BioWare is trying so hard. BioWare was like trying so hard to be a BioWare game or something like that. But speaking of which, let's play Mass Effect. I have never played Mass Effect before. Let's start with the first game, actually. Yeah, but still weird to see, especially since it was so unexpected from that VTuber. I see. I mean, I was about to make a video just like solely talking about how shitty A Quiet Place was. So but yes, Mass Effect, yes, for sure, Mass Effect. I suppose if we cannot get Cyberpunk to work, I don't think Cyberpunk is very smooth right now. So before we upgrade, I think we can play Mass Effect. I think Mass Effect will probably play way smoother. Do a spell. I'll do a spell on you. I'll put a curse on you. You're cursed to forever be farting in 5 minutes intervals from now on. So every single 5 minutes, you will let it rip, and it will be really loud. There you go. And I actually really wanted to play Subnautica today, but it's okay. I just don't really want to spend too much time in Subnautica on stream doing things that are like just random and not progressing with the story. Looking back, almost every stick of truth made fun of High on Life. Every stick of truth made fun of High on Life. You mean every stream? Yeah, I think I titled it so that High on Life, because High on Life just came out during that time. Which also reminds me, Kingdom Come Deliverance came out, but I don't think I can play it. I don't think I can stream it regardless. So that is really unfortunate, but it is just something that I have to deal with because my computer is not good enough. Afterwards, yeah. I'm going to hypnotize you. You will all forget that you're gay. Chat, we're not gamers. See, it worked. What a good idea. All of you are gay. The thing is, I am also gay, so... Are you gay? I'm also gay. Henry's game will have to wait. Do I want to play through the entirety of the first game? I suppose not. I have since then played a little bit after that. I have gotten to the part where I actually don't quite remember, but... Also, speaking of which, similar type of games, I kind of want to play The Witcher 3. I miss my Geralt of Rivia, I miss Yennefer, I miss Triss, I miss everybody. Because, Witcher 4 is coming soon. I miss my Geralt sleeping with every single lass in town. I miss all the naked scenes. It was such a long time ago. I've played it so many times before, but I don't quite remember most of it. I suppose the disadvantage, one of the biggest disadvantage, maybe it's a good advantage because one day I will maybe entirely forget about Outer Wilds. But one of the disadvantages of being a tutorial is that I forget about things really fast. I forget about things so fast. Like, every single anime character that I have come across recently, I don't remember what their names are anymore, unless if their names are part of the title. Like Sakamoto Days. I remember Sakamoto, but I don't remember any other character names anymore. Because they're not memorable to you. Because I feel like maybe I don't prioritize media stuff. I don't prioritize consumption of media in my life anymore. And consumption of media just feels like something I do to take my anxiety off. And so it doesn't... I don't remember. I just don't. Sometimes I wish I could forget Outer Wilds. Unlucky for you, lucky for me, because eventually I'll be able to forget about Outer Wilds. Probably in another 6 years at least. But what else is memorable actually? I don't even remember. I feel like maybe my brain is wired in a way where I perceive the negative feelings more than, like, way more intensely. So I remember the negative feelings. Like, I remember how shitty A Quiet Place is. I remember how shitty High on Life is. I remember, like, the games that are terrible, like how bad Evil Within 2 is. In hindsight, okay, maybe in hindsight, the Evil Within 2 was not that bad, you know, but it is a title on its own. Let's just treat it that way. Let's just call the Evil Within 2 Within 2 instead of the Evil Within. Let's just call it Within 2. So Within 2 is not that bad because it's not an Evil Within title, right? It's pretty good on its own, but if you put it into the Evil Within title, it's undeserving as an Evil Within 2 title. So as an Evil Within title, I mean. The key to forgetting games is to not engage or think about it for a long while. It's the mediocre within It's a mediocre within. It's another within. I'm gonna call it another within, not the evil within. The other within. the other within. The other within sounds like a horror game title as well. So the other within 2. The other within 2 is pretty nice. I think the other within is it's good on its own. It's a very upstanding title. But the evil within is just incomparable. So, we've been talking for 2 hours now. Are we gonna play something today? Let's play Balatro. Let's maybe play a couple of rounds of Balatro. My favorite strat to play is just pairs. I have not played Balatro in such a long time, actually. The other within is a book. Oh, the other within is a book. Let's just play Balatro. I kind of don't even want to play a game today, even. Recently, I have been burning out of games so much. The other day, I took a trip. And the trip did not really help out with my burnout. Because it still feels... I feel really exhausted. I don't know how to reset my burnout so that it doesn't make me feel like I'm like playing games is so exhausting for me. If you don't feel like it, keep yapping or take a nap. I don't want to take a nap. You know how long it's been since I took a nap? It's been like over 5 days since the last time I took a nap, actually. I'm so proud of myself. Like, I lasted the entire day without taking a nap. Usually after stream, I will take a nap for like 1.5 hours because throughout the night, I would sleep for around only 3-4 hours. So I sleep like around 2 times a day. So in totality, I sleep for around near 5 hours, I think. She says, but we all know she's mostly hella sleep deprived. I am very sleep deprived, but I'm running on coffee, so I'm okay. Oh, which reminds me, recently, you know, I've been running on coffee for so long, right? Oh. Wait, hold on. We're proud of you too, Mary. Make sure to take care of yourself. Thank you, Louis. Wanna sing instead? Do I have any songs I wanna sing? I don't have any new songs I wanna sing. All my songs are really old. My old repertoire of songs. What do I even sing today if I want to sing today? Thank you, Louis. Thank you so much. Go with the classics then. It's always the same songs. It's always the same songs. Hi, Meto. You know, once I get partnered, I'm gonna request for my name to just be Mary instead of Metoral. Metoral will still be my full name, but I'm gonna request that to be my... Wait, let me see if there's somebody else who's called Mary, who's like a big streamer. Mary. I wanna see if there's a Mary who's like a big streamer. No, Mary is not a big streamer, so... Okay. I'm gonna request that. Friday Chinatown. I don't know that song. I have listened to it before, but I don't know how to sing it. Those songs can still be good. Let's see if there's any song out there. Okay. Let's see if there's any songs out there that we can sing. Yeah. Do I have a playlist? Some songs I know, but the songs that I know, a lot of them, I don't really know the timing of it because I don't listen to it enough. So it will be really scuff if I try to sing it because I've never practiced it before, or practiced singing it before. Which reminds me, I had a plan that I really wanted to do. I'm not gonna talk about it. Never mind. I'm not gonna talk about it. Let's see. What can I sing? There's not really a song that I can actually sing that I don't feel like I'm not good enough at singing. Oh, going down my playlist, I have so many songs that I really want to learn that I've added to my playlist, but I never got to learn these songs. The Orville songs? I had an Orville song that I Shazammed. Does anybody else use Shazam? I Shazammed a couple of songs from the Orville that I wanted to sing, but I don't think I can sing it. Maybe I can make it into cover songs, but then that's just like another thing that I have to do if I want to. I missed the old song. What old song? What old songs? Not anymore. I just use Google search now, less apps. How do you make it so that your phone detects the audio for Google? What does Shazam do? Shazam. So when you open up the Shazam app, you tap to Shazam and it will listen to the music and it will tell you what song it is. I think a lot of Malaysians use Shazam. So if you were outside at a supermarket or at a mall or anywhere else, or if you are driving and you hear something on the radio, you feel like you want to. I just have a plugin in my browser for that. Oh, on the phone? On the phone? Try them out for a first time here. Better than waiting later. Better than waiting later? There's like a built-in widget in Android that searches through Google search. Oh, does it listen to the audio and it tells you what it is? Is that what it is? But I've never had that before. I don't have that on my browser. But having Shazam is really convenient because you can put on the widget onto your phone screen. So you just unlock your phone screen and then you just press on the button. It listens to what you have playing or through your microphone. Oh, that's wild. It's meant for public areas, like if you're in a mall or a cafe and you like a song and you want to figure out what it is. Yeah, a lot of people, local people use Shazam. For me, it's more convenient because it saves into my library of songs, like the library of songs that I have Shazammed before. So if I wanna know which songs that I've recently heard of that I really want to get back into it, I can just go down my library of songs that I've Shazammed before. Like recently I Shazammed Teeth, 5 Seconds to Mars. All Too Well by Taylor Swift. Uprising Muse. Oh. I love that song. And then I forgot what it's called. Because a lot of times I don't remember the song titles. I just like remember how the song goes. I don't remember the song titles. How about Bruno Mars song? Did you go to the Bruno Mars concert recently last year? End of last year? That's the thing I miss. Google search doesn't have anything, so I kind of have to go into my music app and find them. with Shazam, it just like has a built-in library that I have all the songs that I've Shazammed before. So it's really nice. Can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I've started fighting for. I've Shazammed so many old songs that I didn't know the title of, but they're like happy together. Da 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 da. For all my life, happy together. Like I didn't know what song that was called until now. I know how it is, how it's like because I know the song. Like I know the song because I know how it sounds, but I didn't know that the the title of the song is called Happy Together. The song name is Happy Together. That's how I also discovered Lose Control by Teddy Swims. I think I sang Lose Control once before, but it was not it was not the best attempt. You know the way I feel inside by Zombies? I can't know the song unless I hear it, because most of the songs that I know, I don't know the title. Unfortunately. One of my favorite oldies. Let's see. The Way I Feel Inside by the Zombies. Whoa, they're pretty old people. It was in that animated movie Sing. Oh. Oh, I know the song. Okay. See, a lot of the songs I just don't know. There are even a couple of Shania Twain songs that I know, that I've heard of before, that I can sing to, but I just don't know the title of the song. Wait, I didn't even know the Seal song. Kiss from a Rose. I didn't even know it was called Kiss from a Rose until very recently, until November last year. It says some of the like Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine. I didn't even know what it was called, but I know the song sort of. Say Major Tom. I love Major Tom. Such a cool song. Major Tom, the song itself kind of reminds me of "Give Me a Love," "Give Me a Love." Just the side of the MV and stuff. Space freaks you out. I love space. It freaks me up, but it freaks me out. But that's the beauty of it, is that space is really scary. And there's beauty in the scariness, the beauty in the fear, the beauty of being insignificant, being so tiny, so small. I wanna learn more songs. Recently, my housemate has gotten Spotify Premium, and we're sharing amongst everybody in the house. We got a 4-pack one, and he's paying for it, so. And I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'm gonna take this opportunity to learn more songs for karaoke streams. But Spotify is not doing, so far, Spotify is not doing a very good job at recommending me songs. So I click the explore. Wasn't an explore option? I click and click onto the explore. Home. And I try to explore songs, but it's just not very. It's just. I like the David Matthews cover of Major Tom. What's your favorite song? Good question. I had a really favorite. I had a favorite song when I was younger by the Carpenters. I don't remember what it's called anymore. I had a favorite song by the Carpenters, but I don't remember what it was anymore. When I was younger, I listened to. My dad always listens to a radio station, an FM channel, a radio channel, a local radio channel called Light FM. And Light FM, if you're a Malaysian, you know that Light FM is is an oldie channel, so it always plays like all the old songs. And favorite songs change a lot depending on my mood. Lately, I've been listening to Dreams by Fleetwood Mac a lot. It's a good song. Recently, my favorite song has been just Transistor songs, I think. I've been putting Transistor songs on a loop. So it's shuffling. It's a playlist that just shuffles, and it's constantly on the loop. Close to You. Close to You might be one of the choices. Or Goodbye Love. Goodbye Love is also such a nice song. Been a while since I listened to Light FM. What is BFM? I have never heard of BFM before. I have heard of Hits, and I've heard of Fly, but I've never heard of BFM before. I'm just not a radio person. You like listening to blues songs? You mean blues? Yeah, I like the blues. I like dirty soul. I like dirty soul songs. Like songs that get very guttury, very visceral, and very like very, what do you call it? Like very what is it called? The ones where usually people sing in a way where like their vocal distort. Mainly 80s to 90s. Oh, Business FM. Oh, I've never heard of Business FM before. I'm just not on the radio that much, I think. I think recently my most favorite song of all time is probably I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire. I don't want to set the world on fire, honey. I love you too much. I just want to set a great big flame down in your heart. Ooh, such a nice song. It sets me into mood. Oh, also, 2 years ago, all my favorite songs are Joji songs. Joji doesn't really have a lot of songs, but a lot of the Joji songs really hit me really hard. Like Slow Dancing in the Dark is a really... The newer Joji songs are kind of whatever. Like Give Me Love is very hard-hitting for me as well. I like songs that kind of put you in a mood where you just want to float in space, like drift away in space and die. And be frozen. And have your flesh disintegrate in space, into the vacuum. I always listen to BFM in the car. I see. So it seems a lot of people are listening to BFM besides me. But, let's see. My favorite type of songs, like my favorite genre right now is kind of like dirty, apocalyptic, and a little bit techno, sort of. Not like high hitting, but the low chill kind of, like a little bit of trance, maybe. That's what I like right now. And a lot of the kind of vibe that I'm looking for, you can find it in Supergiant Games songs. That's why I really like the Supergiant Games songs. Next karaoke stream, I'll be singing all the Supergiant Games songs that are singable. Some of them are kind of maybe a little bit too post-edited. I'll sing the more raw ones. So the newer songs like Hades. Even Hades too. Like In the Blood. I don't know any Hades 2 songs yet, actually. There are actually, when I went through right after I played Outer Wilds, Spotify recommended me a couple of songs, I think. Or was it I found it somewhere in Reddit, because Reddit recommended me a couple of songs, a couple of fan-made songs for Outer Wilds. So there are a couple of fan-made Outer Wilds songs with vocals out there that you can listen to, and I'll post it in my blog channel after stream because I need to find it. Have you gotten around to playing Hades 2 yet? Funny you're asking, because last year, I think I talked about this. Have I talked about this before? But last year, around my birthday time, my brother got me Cassette Beast. Thank you for follow. The second private, thank you. Hades 2 doesn't have many singable songs. Hades 2 has like more background BGM songs, but not really singable songs. No, not really like vocal songs. But last year around the time around December or late November, around my birthday time, my brother sent me Cassette Beasts on Steam, and I was like, bro, I have this game. Like, literally, bro, I have this game already. I remember you talked about getting it, but not about playing it. I have not played Cassette Beast yet, but but so I was like, oh, well, I can't accept your gift because I already have it in my library. So he also bought me a couple of DLCs, and I was like, oh, okay, sure, I'll take it. And I was like, well, I have a few more games out there that I have not bought yet. Like, for example, recently Hades 2 just came out. That's like back around that time. Wait, Rift of the Necro Dancer came out? No fucking way. Wait. Sorry, I'm just going through. We're just going. Holy shit, okay. Rift of the Necro Dancer is out. Whoa. I'm going through Steam right now. So back to the story. Back to the story. I was talking about Hades coming out recently. I didn't want to get Hades 2 because it comes out with the full price, right? I don't want to buy the full game yet because it's pretty expensive, and I haven't completed the first Hades yet. Hades is one of the games that I never really got into. Like, I've gotten through over half of it, I think. Like around 9 hours of Hades. No, probably I don't remember, but I never got to the end of Hades, so I didn't want to get the new game. So my brother just like bought me it without telling me, and he sent me the game, and I was like, oh sure. If you're gifting, then I'll just receive then. Cause he gives me a lot of games. He's gifted me quite a few. I've gotten a lot of games gifted from other people before. It's a pretty common occurrence that people want to give me games. I don't know what is it about me that is so charming. That what people want to give me games. What people sometimes I think it's their love language. Like, they love me, but they don't want to do too much for me, and they know that I'm a game collector, so they kind of just like want to give me games. But I have had to reject a lot of games before because I already have them in my library. But my brother scoffs at my library of 1700 games because because he has around 3000. It's so funny. It's like, you have only 1700? I am like fiending for more Hades good content. I've beat everything they've released so far. I see. Is it more fun comparing to the first game? I can understand that. I guess my close friends games. Yeah, it's kind of like a love language between gamers, I suppose. I don't really know that many gamers nowadays because all the gamers that I know transitioned into being family people. Like, oh, I have a child, I'm sorry. I need to take care of my child, I can't play games with you. You know, when you're at that age, it's way better than Hades 1. Okay. Which kind of reminds me of Frostpunk coming out pretty recently also. And I am kind of wondering whether or not Frostpunk 2 is way better than Frostpunk 1. But then again, I can't really judge. 3000, yeah, 3000, but he doesn't have that much on Steam. He has a lot across all platforms like GOG and other games that are not, you know, like C, like R. I don't like children. My sister hits that. I don't hold her kid. Oh, I like children. I think children are cute, but there's a certain thing about children that just repels me. So I don't know. And recently, you know, I reconnected with my ex coworker who is having her third child very soon. And the past, like, every single year she has been having a child. Remember, I talked about that before. So I'm kind of like thinking, children are not that bad, but I suppose in this economy and in this society, it's just a little bit too much, I think. It's them being stupid for me. Children are too dumb for me. Oh my god, you're so sorry. I think having a child is, as somebody who has been treated as a slave for a very long time now, as a slave to like a few pets. I mean, not pets, animals. I can't call them pets. They will reprimand me for. But my dad always complains, get yourself some kids, he says, and gets really annoyed right after. You guys are missing out. Child are fun and very good listener. Do you think so? It really depends on the personality of the child, I think. One of my relatives who's in Australia right now, she has a really engaging kind of child. Her daughter is really, like, comparing to a lot of Malaysian kids, because I in my opinion, a lot of Malaysian kids are really dumb. I don't know what it is about Malaysian kids, but they like to run off from their parents. It's also the parenting, you know. It's also the like how the parents act like. They like to run off and they like to run into people. And I've gotten, whenever I go to shopping malls, I always watch out for those children because they're so annoying. Their parents are not doing much to hold them in place. Like, put them on a leash or something. What is your opinion on leashing your kids? Because I am for leashing the kids. They're not it's not because they act like animals, it's because if you don't put your children on a leash, they're probably gonna run off onto the street and get hit by a car or something. I have to start by finding a partner, and that's too much effort. You have to go through the... Having a partner is not that bad, but you have to go through the entire process of dating to filter out who is more compatible for you, and that is so dreadful. Just thinking about dating is so much work. And yeah, I don't encourage dating. I encourage arranged marriages if possible. Like maybe one day when our society becomes advanced enough, maybe we'll have like those kind of matchmaking where we're able to find compatibility, like 98%, 96% and above. Compatibility is good enough for me. I mean, 5% of margin is fine. I mean, how can I spend enough time with my partner when I barely have enough time to do anything in the first place? I guess it's about what you prioritize in your life, in this stage of life, I think. Dating now, especially with all the dating apps, seems so daunting. No, thank you. I mean, I've never been on dating apps before, so I wouldn't know, but I would assume like dating apps are more for one night stands or like a random casual hookups or something. Even for Malaysians, a lot of people here, they want sex, so they just like they get dating apps and they just like have sex and not really think about it. A lot of people are just going off friends with benefits and stuff. They don't want to settle. It's a lot of like the newer generation people who are like that. I don't I don't understand all of that. I don't find sex enjoyable that much. I'm sorry, I'm so pure. I am so pure. I'm almost inhumane. Inhumanly pure. Some might even call me like a goddess or a saint or something. I mean, it is human. It is kind of human, yeah. High priority is material. After that, my friends. Oh, thank you. You sticking that much? I don't think sex is very enjoyable. I'm sorry. Okay. I am borderline asexual, in my opinion. And I've never had the, you know, in manga, in anime, in webtoons or in comics where there's this like the shoujo moment of looking at somebody and feeling the feelings. I don't have that. I've never had it before. I guess it's down to preference. For me, relationships are more meaningful if I spend the time getting to know the person. That's just you being a demisexual, I guess. No, demisexuals are more like you're more attracted to people who you feel like you have a close bond with. Maybe I am a demisexual. I'm more of like somewhere close to asexual, I think. Demisexual means that you are generally not attracted to anybody unless if you get to know them and you form a bond with them and you know them better and you feel more attracted to them because you know them better. No. Aren't all people like that? No. Not a lot of people are like that. I mean, maybe it might come off as a culture shock for people, but not a lot of people are like that. Well, I would like to have a relationship that potentially results in a family. I tend to like the crazy. Oh no! And that and being awkward doesn't help. Oh no! Well, I can't blame you because a lot of crazy people are hot. So my theory is that why are crazy people hot? My theory is crazy people are usually more narcissistic, right? And they are so egotastic that they take care of themselves because they are more narcissistic. They want to show other people that you're better than other people. And so they groom themselves, they take care of their appearance, they make sure that they work out a lot, and so they become hot. And with hot people, you can't know whether or not they're crazy from the surface, because they're very I'd rather have companionship with someone. After thinking about it for a while, I realize I'm asexual. I don't give a fuck about sex. I guess I'm also in that. I'm also kind of like that. Like, I can joke about sex. I can joke about like having like I can make innuendos like all day every day, but the reality is I don't really feel anything for it. So wait, you can become hot? You can. Working out is something everyone should do. Working out is something that everyone can do to become hot. You don't besides for health, you can also work out for aesthetical purposes. So crazy on a hot scale. There's a crazy hot scale, yeah. Crazy to normal, crazy to hot scale on an X and Y axis. So I would definitely like to have. I remember in high school when I had a boyfriend in high school who, you know, he was like constantly texting me in Chinese, and I was like, bro, he held my hand and he tried to kiss me, and I was like, your hand is so sweaty, I don't like this. I just like, because a lot of my friends were dating at that point, so I was like thinking maybe it's about time I can start to date, because I was like almost graduating high school at that time, and my dad was like, you know, he's not smart enough for you, right? Recently I told that to my mom, and my mom was like, why did you tell me that? Well, dad said that to you last time when that happened. You should have told me. I would have scolded him so bad for saying that. I assume you're not Chinese. I am half Chinese. I'm not fully Chinese, but yes, I am half Chinese. My mom is a very like saint-like kind of person. Over so many years, over the decades, she has improved herself, I think. Your dad helped you dodge a bullet. It's not fun to hear that your boyfriend is not smart enough for you. My dad, I don't think until now, my dad knows that I'm attracted to girls as well. I don't think he knows that. I remember coming out to my mom. I was like, okay, I don't remember how long ago that this was. This was when I was still in a relationship with somebody, and I said, if I break up with this person, I'm gonna just start to date girls forever. If I ever come across if I ever come across a girl I'll just like date girls, and I don't want to be with guys anymore. Guys are so boring. And I remember my mom saying, oh, okay, sure, and then you have to introduce me to your girlfriend then. And I emphasized the part where I am attracted to girls. Like I emphasized the part to my mom, and my mom was like, yeah, okay, just remember to bring her home then. And I insisted on it. I was like, so you know I'm also attracted to girls, right? And my mom says, yeah, okay. And that's my coming out story. I don't know if I ever came out to my dad, but I think somewhere around, like, I came out to a lot of people. And it's not a big deal for me. My entire life, I've always been attracted to both sides. So it's a very natural occurrence to me. I never knew that coming out was a choice that I could make, which is really weird because I remember one of my sister-in-law's sister one of my sister-in-law's sisters is gay, so she's a lesbian, and I was like, oh, do you know I also like girls? I came out to on my brother's wedding day. I like, oh, I'm bisexual. Do you know I'm bisexual? Being with someone that's dumb gets boring over time. I don't know whether or not my boyfriend at the time was dumb, because I never really thought about whether or not you know, even when I hang out with people so long, I don't really ever think whether or not they're stupid. That's just not something that I naturally think about, but that's something, it's so hard to perceive or conceive that my dad actually thinks about people being stupid, like too stupid for me. That's something that I cannot imagine. So I kind of like hated my dad for a long time for thinking that my boyfriend was stupid. In hindsight, it's just because he's not very compatible with me, because he doesn't speak a lot of languages. He's mainly only speaking Chinese at the point, I think. And he went to Taiwan after that, after we graduated, blah blah blah. It's like, whatever. How do you not sweat in Malaysia though? I mean, you sweat all the time regardless whether or not you're in Malaysia. You sweat when you work out, and that's just that's just it. So good that you had an understanding parents in that regard. I mean, I don't know whether my dad is, approves of me liking girls, but it doesn't matter anyway, because I'm no longer in the dating scene anymore. Wait, I don't care for dating anymore. Did your dad mean his intelligence when he called him stupid, or his EQ? Because when I was in high school, I was in an elite school. So I was in an SMJK for Malaysians. And, you know, SMJK parents are always like very... You know, you're not good enough for you. You know, those kind of... My dad was one of those. He's very different now after so many decades, but yeah, I was in an SMJK, so it's not like public school where you have to pay to get into like in the kind of secular Chinese schools. I paid nothing. I didn't pay anything. And I was in SMJK, so it's kind of like an elite school. And my dad just doesn't think that anybody who's not in SMJK is suitable for me. And my boyfriend at the time, because we actually met. I actually met that person, that boy, through my dad, because my dad was like friends with this neighbor, and the neighbor moved to another area, and so they always go and yum cha. They always eat dim sum and stuff together, and so my dad always brings me, and my boyfriend at the time was actually the one of the friends of the sons of the neighbors. the neighbor's son's friend was my boyfriend at the time, and man, it was kind of really infuriating when every single time I did not feel anything for this boy, and I thought like whatever he was trying to do with me, I thought it was really gross. I didn't really get really far with that boy. We didn't even kiss, actually. It was just like high school stuff. But I remember one thing that this boy said to me that nobody has ever said to me at that point. He said that I am very Naikan. Naikan means Chinese people out there, you know Naikan, right? So Naikan, is Raimi. Raimi from Flav VR just rated us on YouTube. Thank you so much, Raimi. Rat rate, thank you so much. SMJK, is that just private school? It is not private school. It is a government school. It is an elite government school, so it's like very different from private Chinese secular schools. So, but thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Oh my goodness, my name is Tutorial. I hope you guys were having a great time earlier, but thank you so much. we're talking about relationships and stuff. So if you are not comfortable with relationships, I'm so sorry. What was I talking about earlier? What was I talking about? Oh, right. Wait, I don't remember. God damn it. I was talking about SMJK and my parents. Oh, I was talking about the boy calling me Nai-kan. Nai-kan, Nai means tolerance or something. Kan means look. So I have a really Nai-kan. Let me write this down. Nai. Wait, how do I write it? Nai. My keyboard is not showing up. Let's see if I can. Oh, here it is. Nai-kan. So I was told this. My boyfriend at the time. This was like so long ago, but he said that I was Nai-kan, which means if you translate to, I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know what it meant, but I had like a lot of people in high school who were very interested in like knowing me, who were curious about me because they liked how my body looked like, because I'm like, oh, like this, like that, like voluptuous, whatever. But I never really had anybody who paid attention to what I like personality-wise or what my interests were. They were very shallow because high school boys are really dumb. And no, we're not gonna talk about that anymore. But basically, Nai-kan means you can never get tired of looking at it. You can never like. So basically, wait, how do you even Nai-kan even? Apparently, it just means attractive, but oh, here it is. Able to withstand careful appreciation, well worth a second look. Is what it means. That's one thing that I will never forget about somebody's comment on how I look like. Well, it's high school, boys are really horny. Yeah. And I'm not really conventionally attractive in a sense, but you know, if you look at me for a long time, you won't think that. I don't know actually. I have no idea. It's more of like a personal taste, I think. Is it kind of like the camera brand? No, it's a word that people say in Chinese. You're what? You're what? Wait, what? What was I talking about? Wait, what? I'm not conventionally attractive. I don't think I am. But I don't know if you can judge whether or not I'm conventionally attractive, since I will never show my face. Anyway, Yoncha knows how I look like. So if you wanna know if I look conventionally attractive, I don't think I am. If you wanna know, then ask Yoncha. But, you know, yeah. And I'm not very fixated in wanting people to know how I look like, because I don't think I will ever show my face, because I don't want to associate my streaming with my real life stuff. And I feel like if I start showing my face, people will start recognizing me, and I don't want that happening. I want to be, even if I make it super far in streaming, I don't want to. I want to have a private life, especially in Malaysia, because the country is so small. A lot of people will be able to know. I feel like somebody has already know who I am. They just like. I am really thankful that people who know who I am do not come out to like dox me right now, so looks are overrated, and yeah, if you don't like their personality, it's doomed to fail either way. I always like to like like to click with somebody before I even look at them, because I'm like constantly online. I've been constantly online for a very long time. I used to be an e-girl, so whenever I had a client after like for who's a regular who booked me all the time, and after a while they show me their face and I'm like, I never show them my face by the way, but they show me their face and I'm like, this is so much different than I expected. Occasionally there will be like really cute looking boys, and I'd be like, I did not expect you to look cute, but you do look cute, which is a plus. Sort of like that. Kind of like that. Completely understandable. If my content does not require me to show my identity on my face, I will never ever do that. But if it evolves at some point, if it evolves into me doing more IRL stuff like buying stuff or I don't know, unboxing content or whatever, then maybe I'll start showing. But if not, then I don't see the point. The face does not match the voice situation. Yeah, like me, like me. You can see my face, of course, but my face does not match my voice for sure. Exactly, the peeps I met online and later met IRL. Wait, yeah, how? I have to say that they're all pretty attractive. I know, I love that. You know, it kind of pisses me off a little bit sometimes when I don't expect it. I don't expect people to be cute, and then when I meet them IRL, they are super cute. Or if I get to see them or see their face, they're super cute. It kind of pisses me off. Because you have no right being this cute. What are you trying to do here? But it's not more of the cute. I feel like it might also be because I feel like because we have spent time together for a long time, and now that suddenly I get to see how your face looks like, it makes me feel more like all the more endearing. Like I feel like you're super endearing, not just like cute or something. It's just like, or maybe they're not conventionally attractive, but I cannot sense that because after all this time, I just like you as well. You like you as who you are. You know, my friends and everybody who I've met through online are just like super cute. All of them are super cute. You've known them, and now being able to put a face to a person feels like you've grown even closer. Something like that, yeah, for sure. Really cute. All of them are so cute, actually. Recently, I joined a D&D Discord server, and I'm thinking about maybe attending local D&D stuff, but I'm not sure yet. So if you're a local and you're in a D&D group, you might be able to see me somewhere popping up. So if you want to dox me, that's how you can dox me. But I'm not going to show up, just like announce, you know. But you know, if you want to catch me, that's how you can get to know me if you want to. Our minds are made to see faces and voices. I mean, this is how my face looks like. And soon it's gonna be a different kind of face, but I'm gonna switch between this face and another face. So you're gonna find similarities, and you're gonna find the vestige. What do you call it? Is it something in a vestige or something? You're legit just asking to get doxxed sometimes, you know that. I don't mind. As long as you're ethical, if we get to see each other, if you get to meet me IRL, and you're ethical about it, I don't mind. Like, I can sign a signature for you if you want. But being online, it's a little bit difficult, so... but it's okay, and that is all. I don't really have anything else to say today. I wanted to do so much more, actually. Neptune booking his flights right now. I was supposed to go to Germany anyway, but I was supposed to go to Germany to visit my brother, but I don't think that's gonna happen this year. Not cringe. I don't think you need to. You don't need to. If it happens, it happens. You don't need to do it specifically. if somehow I end up visiting Malaysia, I'll ask for an autograph. No, not really. If you can't stumble upon me in your trip to Malaysia, then I don't think you'll be able to come across me giving you an autograph. But I'll shake your hand. You can ask me how I'm doing. I can ask you how you're doing. Yeah. As long as people treat me like a person and not like an anime girl, I'm okay with it. And also, don't dox me. That's the huge point. That's the main point. Just don't dox me. And that's it. Farrell just asking everyone if they know our Lord and Savior Matoral. Exactly. Next year then, Germany is a great place to be. Are you also from Germany? From Deutschland? Deutschland. Deutschland. I have never asked you where you're from. Mirarki. You've been in my channel for quite some time now. Well, I have also joined a couple of D&D places online. So, because I really want to get into D&D, and I'm no longer in contact with the group. Like, we had a really huge fallout before with the group that I was with. So anybody that I know who knows how to DM or who knows how to play D&D are gone now. So I'm trying to form new connections with local people who know how to play D&D and who are interested in hosting D&D sessions and stuff. So Roll20 stuff? Yeah, maybe Roll20 stuff. Maybe I'll just get on Roll20 randomly and join a D&D session. But I'm not too sure yet, because the time commitment is a thing that I need to make sure that I can... You know, I need to make sure that I can show up. And right now my time commitment is not there. So I'm just like slightly putting time into learning. I'm just like gradually learning how D&D is like. And I just got a handbook recently, the 5th edition handbook, very recently. It's really exciting. And I got a rule book too. I got Volo's Guide to Monsters as well. Have you heard of Legends of Adventures? No. Is that a group or something? Legends of Adventures? Legends of Adventures. What is that? It's an online shop. It's an online shop. Do you get to learn stuff from this? It's not a local one, so unfortunately I can't really... Like, I would prefer to have like a local... like a local session or something, so I can be more familiar, but I suppose it's not... Like, I'm not very restricting. Or my preference is not very... I would prefer to listen to, so... It's just like, with local people, I know so many people who stumble over their words, and I know, like, people stutter. It's, like, very common for people to stutter when they're trying to talk about something. When, like, the Malaysian language is very romantic. I can see you get deep into D&D, right? You're a group of people who plays D&D on YouTube. Oh. Kind of like Critical Role then. And... what's the other one? Dimension 20. I love Dimension 20. I think everybody on Dimension 20 is so cute. I love Brandon. Brandon is such... It's like such a smart guy. Such a smart dude. Smart. It's really hard to come across smart people who are charismatic like that. Dungeons and Daddies is such a good game. Wait, Dungeons and Daddies? Daddies. It's a comedy podcast. Okay, cute. Which, speaking of which, recently I discovered that that Critical Role had an animated series. I did not know that they had an animated series, animated on Amazon called The Legend of Vox Machina. I am on my first episode right now of the Legend of Vox Machina. And at the scene where somebody's hand got chopped off, and Vox Machina, more of a Pathfinder guy myself, but tabletop games were great. What is the difference? I'm gonna look up the difference. Pathfinder, and I have played. If you're a local, there's a place called We Play Games. I don't know if they closed shop, but there used to be a place called We Play Games. They had 2 branches, I remember. I've been to one of the branches before, and it was really fun. It was like the tabletop games and stuff. It was so fun. Vox Machina. I'm gonna, after stream, after I'm done watching the Orville, I'm gonna continue watching The Legend of Vox Machina. It looks really interesting. What really got me into it, apparently, is this guy who looks very similar to Minx in a way. His name is I think he's a barbarian. Minx is not a barbarian. I don't know why Minx is not a barbarian. He looks and sounds so much like a barbarian, but he's not a barbarian. I don't know why. What is the choice in that? But this character in Vox Machina is called Grog. And he looks so much here. Let me show you. This guy. Oh. He looks so much like... Look at this guy. Hold on. He looks so much like Minx. I was like, oh. Did they have like a Forgotten Realms kind of animated series that I did not know of? And then I realized this guy. See this guy? Rules plus location. I really like Galaran because it's a really effed up place. Like the planet is the prison of Rovagog, and the literal embodiment of destruction. I see. I need to get into Pathfinder lore as well. I love Orville. Bord is my favorite. I love Bord. Borders is my favorite too. I have like talked about Orville. I want to talk about the Orville so much, but I never really knew whether or not people know about the Orville, whether or not it's actually a niche kind of series, because I've never heard of the Orville like ever before. It's always like Star Trek, but it turns out that the parody of Star Trek itself is so much more better, such a better series comparing to the actual Star Trek series. People have been saying that so much. The Orville season 4 is actually coming out pretty soon. No, actually it's in the filming, but I think it's really difficult. I stumbled upon a clip of the interview with Callie, with the actress who played Carrie. I don't remember what her name is, Adrienne something. She said that they filmed 32 episodes or 36 episodes over 6 years or something. So that's like not a very, I don't remember what it was, but it's very hard. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth doing or something. I mean, if you want to talk about it, I'll take the time to watch it. I mean, even if I don't really talk about it very in-depthly, I think watching it, it's still worth watching. It's such a good show. It's so funny, and it's such a good show. It made me cry so many times. I'm a crybaby. It made me cry so many times. The Orville. Let's Google the Orville. It made me cry so much, and I'm really looking forward. I haven't watched the entirety of like all the seasons yet, but but when season 4 comes out, you bet I'm gonna get on that train so fast. The Orville. So good. Part of the reason why it's so good is because Seth MacFarlane wants to write everything himself. Like he refuses to hand on the creativity. Like he has like people helping him, but he wants like very hands-on kind of creative decisions, and I think that is one of the reasons why it's really successful. I think it's so good because all the jokes, the drama, the very humane. Like there were moments where it makes you question humanity and makes you it is such a full-fledged, like, multi-dimensional show. Everybody, it's like One Piece. It's like One Piece in show, in space, in real life, in space. The parodies have always been better. See Galaxy Quest. Galaxy Quest. I've never seen Galaxy Quest before. I've loved that one episode where the whole crew gets to see Bard's pee. Yeah, because Mocklins only pee once a year, and it's like a ritual of cleanse, a ritual of getting rid of the bad stuff and like being reborn again. I've almost no time on your average day, so I need to be selective about what I do. I don't know. Maybe it might be like I also don't really have a lot of time, but you know, if this is up your alley, you can give it a try. It's really interesting. It is really interesting. I watched all the episodes in 1.5 times speed, and you know, I have so much to say about everything. I really miss her, Alara. She's such a good character. She got replaced by this character the second season, I think. But she sometimes pops out a little bit. But it's a really good show. It makes you question the intelligence of like the sentienceness. What is the word for it? Sentienceness of AI, of like how, because this dude is called Isaac. He's a robot. Yeah, he's a robot that was a slave. He's basically I am lad. What is it? I am robot. Basically, like a robot from that movie, I think. Sentience, just sentience. Just sentienceness. Such interesting characters, and they're not afraid to like get rid of like some people or kill some people, kill any of the characters if they see fit to kill them off. They're not afraid of that, and that's what I like about it as well. Yeah, this is Bortus, so this guy is everybody's. It's a huge fan favorite. His name is Bortus. He is also my favorite character. He's a very dry humor kind of person. So anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today. I don't really. Today is kind of like a padding stream in which I don't really have any agenda. When I started stream, I didn't know what I wanted to do today, so I just wanted to hang out maybe. But I am kind of burning out with streaming, especially streaming games, and I need to find joy in streaming games again. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to fix it, but I hopefully will be able to have fun playing. I mean, I don't know whether or not how much fun exactly you have watching me play games, but I hope it's fun for you. Even when I feel like it's a little bit too much for me. Do you feel a little less anxious now about streaming games? Not exactly, but about life. Like my anxiety is not really in the forefront anymore. It's always like lingering in the back of my mind, but normally I know how to deal with it. Normally it comes very naturally when dealing with anxiety because I have so much experience at this point. But with the burnout of playing games and finding games fun might just be something that I need to think about, like how to deal with burning up. I really don't think I've ever had like a burnout with playing games before. I always find playing games fun no matter what kind of game it is. If it's a shitty game, then I always have fun shit talking about it. But recently it's just been feeling like I'm not finding playing games fun anymore. And it's a first time for me and I don't know how to deal with it. So I hope it just like fizzles out on its own. Maybe it resolves on its own. I hope hanging out and just chatting with everyone can help you relax a bit and just give you a good start to your day. It's been a lot. Could be anhedonia? What is that? If you're not feeling games at the moment, take it easy. Viewers can usually tell if you're not enjoying it. Yeah, I know. Anhedonia, what is it? Anhedonia is the inability to experience joy or pleasure. Isn't it just depression? Anhedonia is a huge symptom of depression, isn't it? Is it actually a condition itself? It's a common symptom of depression as well as other mental health disorders. I think so, yeah. I drink the Maklan Upsada. I also drink it. It looks so thick and it looks so like otherworldly. It looks like Chinese medicine, actually. Chinese medicine with a lot of like texture to it. But having anhedonia might... But so far, I've not really been having any trouble finding anything else fun. It's just games. So movies are still fun for me. Shows are still really fun for me. Books, especially books, are really fun for me. It's just with games, for some reason, I'm kind of like burning out really hard with games for some reason. Maybe I'll play Kingdom Come Deliverance on my own time. Like even Baldur's Gate, I don't find it fun anymore because YouTube has been bombarding me with too many shorts of Baldur's Gate. And I'm like, this is too much. I don't want to look at all of this anymore. Did you read any of the book recommendations everyone gave you? There's one book about the vampire. I remember I read a little bit about that. I don't remember what the title was called. The vampire in real life kind of situation. Vampire. What was that? The vampire accountant or something like that. It was really interesting. I read it through halfway, and then I dropped it because I didn't have time. I should get back into it. It was really interesting. But anyway, yeah. How far are you in Baldur's Gate anyway? I'm a little bit before Act 2 right now. I have gone with Glut. I have mass murdered the shroom people. So I have mass murdered the shroom people because I know that I know Glut has the ability to bring my corpses to life, and I prefer that. Drew Hayes. What's wrong with mass murdering the shrimp people? Glut is more useful, right? And I am a very you only need to kill the leader. Well, too late. Too late. He doesn't have anybody to sovereign over now, so I was thinking about I accidentally picked on somebody, I think. I don't remember how. You are correctly roleplaying as a drow. I really like being a drow. Being a drow, like, being able to be racist towards everybody really calls out to me. Like, not picking on a certain race, like, oh, your skin color is green color, ew, gross. I can just like be racist to everybody. Like, I hate everybody equally, and that resonates with me so much. And also, you know, I'm like the pretentious kind of drow. I'm like the because I'm a Saldarin, right? I'm pretentious. I'm like, yeah, better than you, but you know, yeah, but I don't really like when I murder. It's with purpose. It comes with purpose. I don't simply just murder for fun, or I don't find sadistic behavior fun. I have a purpose, and that's why I'm better than you. But it's been so fun, actually. Maybe I'll go back into playing now that we talked about it. I feel a tiny bit motivated to get back into Baldur's Gate 3 again. I think with Baldur's Gate 3, it's more of like not wanting to restart a new playthrough, and because of that, I have to do things very carefully in order to be able to milk the game as much as possible in one single playthrough. So that might be what causes my anxiety. I just need to not take things very seriously. Sometimes I feel like I take things too seriously, and it ruins the experience. And I always preach about like so many things. I always like give people suggestions or advice. I don't want to give people advice, that's so pretentious. When they ask me for advice, I always say, well, I can suggest you to do this and that. I know a few people who actually when they tell you, or if they want to give you a suggestion or advice or something, they actually say, I advise you to blah 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 blah, and that kind of peeves me so much, actually. Good night, Pharaoh. Good night. It was fun. It was fun. Maybe playing games you enjoy might help you out. The thing is, I don't really know what games I enjoy nowadays anymore, because it seems like I don't really enjoy playing games that much anymore. It's a really huge burnout. You kind of force yourself tons of random bad games. I just don't know what will be good to play. I miss the times when you could be racist without anyone starting to cry, get offended. There are so many people. Recently there was this fight over on Twitter about being Republican. Like, you were a terrible human being because you're a Republican or something. Like, being a Republican is unacceptable right now. And there was somebody who posted a tweet saying, I don't care whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or something, as long as you're a good person, then you're okay in my books. And that person got bombarded with so many so many terrible comments saying that if you're a Republican, then you're dead to me, or if you're a Republican, then you're basically offending all human rights. Do you know that? And it's a lot of politics, and it kind of reminds me why I'm not no longer on Twitter. My life has been much better since I got permabanned on Twitter. Why did you get permabanned on Twitter in the first place? It's weird. Imagine spending your whole life on Twitter. Insane. People saying the Trump supporter that got killed as if he deserved it is crazy. My account got hacked. Oh no. Well, oh yes, I guess. Twitter is a cesspit. Twitter is terrible. And even now, nobody calls it X. What a dumb choice. Twitter's stupid. Both parties aren't meant for the common people. The parties are there to keep the reach and power. It's really funny to laugh at Twitter freaks though. They're so intense in their debate of like canceling each other out. Like, you're a shit human. No, you. No, you. No, you. And that's basically the entire argument. You're a shit human. No, you. Someone called me a racist for not being political once. I never even think about being political. Like, politics has never been in my mind before. In all honesty, I don't know much about politics. I probably know around 3% of what political stuff is about. I'm dumb and ignorant, and Twitter makes me think that being dumb and ignorant about politics is good. There's a right side, and it's mine. I don't know, man. Twitter is just people talking about topics they don't know anything about. Yeah, I can't. People can understand that people can have opinions from both sides. It's just... it's too much. You're better off ignoring it. People would... if I wanna say a piece, and... I guess I'm better off not saying any piece. Like, not having a piece on it. Because if I have a piece on it, then people will come on to me saying, you being ignorant is not an excuse. You blah 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 blah. You're a shit human. No, you. No, you're a shit human. No, you. At this point, it's crazy that I know more about US politics than my own country's. US politics is insane. I have a cousin whose dad is a MAGA supporter. And it's insane. MAGA supporters are crazy. I'm not like shitting on the Republicans or anything like that, but MAGA people are not Republicans. They're extremists. And they're cultists. They're cultists and extremists. They're an extreme cultist group of people. It's insane. It's crazy. Recently, my brother was in contact with my cousin, whose father is a MAGA person, and my brother came to me and said, "You know, that uncle is dead to us. We are no longer going to be in contact." So I have an aunt who married because they were in Japan before, and so my aunt was in Japan before, and then the American dude, which was my uncle. Oh my god! Okay, it's happening. Oh, thank you. Stay calm. What's the procedure? Ginger. What's the procedure? Stay calm. Thank you, Ginger. Everybody, calm down. Stay. Thank you, Ginger. It's been a while. Thank you so much. Thank you for the raid. My name is Matorial. How are you doing? We're talking about politics apparently right now. We had a really long tangent around, I don't even remember anymore, and now we're talking about politics and how crazy. Oh, we were talking about Twitter. How crazy Twitter is. And then now we're talking about politics, sort of. And I'm talking about my uncle, who is a MAGA supporter. Not really my uncle, but my aunt, who was in Japan at the time, because she was living near an army base, a US army base at the time, and they met there or something, and they got married, and they moved back to Florida. You know how Floridans are. We're Floridans. And I'm not yucking Floridans right now, okay, but it's very complicated, and apparently the father-in-law or the mother-in-law actually put my aunt in jail before for being an immigrant or something. Like they were being racist towards her, and now, because I suppose it's because of her ignorance and all of that ignorance, because of her ignorance, she's also a MAGA supporter because her husband is a MAGA supporter. Most rational people have better things to do than engage in online arguments. I am so full of myself. I am always like full of my own life and stuff. I cannot fathom ever like having a personality online that just like is full of, like, that's your entire personality, is to argue with people online. I'm happy pretending to be dumb about politics. If someone tries to talk to me, I act like I don't know anything. Yeah. I mean, I am dumb about it. I don't need to pretend. Florida. It's really, really intense, kind of. But I think every year, my mom still receives something from my Japan auntie. We call her Japan auntie because she lived in Japan at the time. And it was really bizarre. Apparently she's also disconnected from the world because she doesn't know how to use WhatsApp, she doesn't know how to use Facebook, any of that. Or maybe we don't know what her situation is, because we don't know whether or not she's actually being prevented or she's being restricted in the family because of, like, the family has some sort of a history of not being very kind to people with different skin colors, like racist, you know. But it's very ironic because they have a mixed child. My cousin. I don't know. Humans are complicated. I prefer not to understand humans sometimes. But anyway, thank you so much for coming to my stream. I know, raiders, I'm so sorry you have to raid into us leaving, but people on YouTube, thank you. People on TikTok, thank you. I've been ignoring people on TikTok forever now because I don't want to read the chat on TikTok. And it's also because I don't really have a method to read the chat on TikTok. I can't figure out a way to read the chat on TikTok, but I will be posting the Outer Wilds fan-made songs over on my blog channel. Thank you for chat, thank you. Thank you so much for the raids over on YouTube and on Twitch. Thank you so much. Let's maybe raid into somebody else. Maybe let's raid into someone else. She's been... Oh, it's weird to see you on Twitch. Okay, let's raid into she then. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what we'll be doing tomorrow. If I have time to reconfigure my base in Subnautica, then maybe tomorrow we'll do Subnautica. But maybe tomorrow is Poppy Playtime. Poppy Playtime gets increasingly exhausting every single time it releases a new chapter. But Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, I don't know how long it's gonna take us to get to that point, but oh well, if we get to that point, you know. Thank you so much for coming to my stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Good night, sweet dreams. Stay healthy. And remember to take time for yourself. Take time to decompress.